What is up? We are here in Andover, New Jersey at a place called Cranberry Coop on a recommendation from one of the viewers, Deadly Commissar. Don't turn around because the commissar's in town or he's in Andover. Either way, we decided to check out this town and we heard there was some cool shops. So thanks for the recommendation and hopefully we find some cool stuff. Snackula is not happy about being zipped in, but you're a vampire, so unfortunately
you do bitey bites.
you do bitey bites.
Until you stop doing bitey bites and barky barks.
Alright, so let's give it a shot and see what we can find here at Cranberry Coop. So upon entering Cranberry Coop, we took a look around and could immediately tell that it was a very well curated shop, which, as you know, we love. We love when the time is put into the booths and everything is displayed well so you can see everything. That's very much appreciated.
Yes, it's the cool thing about these co-op places. There's a lot of different vendors, so you're going to get a lot of variety.
Yeah, having the variety is like super important when you go to these. That's why we tend to hit the co-ops more so than just the single shops.
There's a zombie.
Snackula has decided that she does not want to be in the stroller, so the guy that drills the most has the chance of coming up with the most. Wildcatter. That doesn't sound like the most exciting game. Mark's Funny Tiger. He's cool. Wind him up. I love the old tin toys like that. It's a very cool piece. Someone spoiled.
You spoiled her so much she won't come in the stroller. I don't know how we're going to adapt her to it.
I don't know. We got to work on it though.
She's not a fan.
And I love seeing Grandpa Munster right there on the wall. I met Grandpa a few times.
You
He's
did?
a super nice guy, yeah.
That's right, his Italian restaurant in New York City, right?
I went to his restaurant, but then I also met him at a couple of convention signings. I remember one in particular. He was set up right next to the adult film star Jasmine St. Clair, which made for a very interesting conversation.
It's a very, covers a lot there.
It covered a lot of bases. And
hoo-hoo is the noise that he makes.
No, it's hee-hee. I don't care. We can go back and forth.
He's not Michael Jackson.
All right, it's more like a tee-hee, but anyway.
It's not a tee-hee.
It is. That's the original
or hee-hee.
McDonald's mascot there, which is cool.
Yes.
Speaking of hee-hee.
Yes, you summoned him.
This was cool. This is actually a great deal for somebody if they need one. I have him boxed, so he wasn't necessarily for me. But he was in really solid condition for sure, and the price was right on him. So, $60, I think that.
Yes, it was.
Which is a good price.
Always cool to see
you
around
know,
those.
It's a good price. And there's a lot of really good stuff in this booth right here.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool pop culture type stuff, and of course you got the Mego Paul. Always cool to see.
That's it. Paul Stanley missing his armbands though. No armbands on Paul. $100. Some 3D glasses.
Those are really cool, and they sponsored by Barks Root Beer, which is pretty cool.
True.
Gotta love the advertising.
There's
little Spidey van.
Spider van, Knight Rider car, Shazam car,
Oh.
which I don't know why Shazam would need a car. But, I don't know.
In case he wants to, take it easy once in a while.
I guess. Hey, there's that Santa. I'm
The
just
candy
seeing that
Santa.
now. Yeah.
I know, but it's still not.
It's missing the candy.
It's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it in great condition with the candy with still nice, vibrant colors on it. So
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna have to go back and get it.
That's it.
I love that store. So I'm gonna
There's, I think, Charlie's Angels.
Yes.
Some other random. There's a naked
Make it
Mr. T.
He pities the pants, I guess. They're
Pities
gone.
the fool who stole his pants.
For real. I'd pity the fool who stole his pants. It's not gonna go well.
Tomb of Dracula book. And
always cool to see.
yeah, I mean it's a nice variety of stuff, but as you can tell from the video, everything is bright, everything is well curated, well set up, priced, so you can see it. Sometimes it gets tough when you're trying to see the prices of things, and you just they're behind other things or upside down or blocked. Or this shop in particular, everything was right up front, nice, so you could see.
Yeah, displayed very well.
Yeah, without having to drive people crazy asking them the price of stuff. And
which we will not hesitate to do if need be.
that's true. Some great classic Mad covers here.
These are always cool to see.
Yeah.
They always had great covers. And we did find a booth here with some monsters. Obviously, these are more the 90s. And this is cool to find the Munsters book.
That's original. Yeah, that's original.
That's OG. It's in okay shape. $15 is pretty fair on that.
Yeah, not bad. Prices are pretty good.
Yeah, I want one in better shape, or I would have definitely picked that up. And a lot of 90s Universal monsters in here, but they're always cool to see. I know a lot of people that watch the channel did grow up with those. So it's cool to showcase these, and it's cool to see that they're still around. That I've actually never seen before.
The little big heads.
Yeah, like the box anyway. Like I've seen the little big heads, but I've never seen the box of them before.
There's cool. Sticker fun. I was just talking to somebody recently who was like, I would have definitely bought that Sticker Fun book.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
That was Josh, yeah.
Josh wanted the sticker books. Shout out to Josh.
And there's the paint book. So there's the other one he was talking about.
We're sorry, Josh. We have terrible memories. That's cool. You got the puzzles.
I love the artwork on those puzzles.
It is great artwork. And these are neat.
You got everybody. Every character under the sun was up there.
Yeah, I don't know how many of them they made, but I'm sure they're all there. And these are cool to see.
Hey, look, ninjas. Ninjas make great stocking stuffers, according to this. So you can get 40 ninjas, $15, put them in the stocking. My brother would have loved that.
That's true.
Would have been a good thing for him.
What do you think, Snackula?
What do you think? You want some ninjas in your stocking? This was cool. Charlie's Angels thermos. The lunchboxes are always missing the thermos. Anytime you find a lunchbox, 9 out of 10 times there's no thermos. So it's cool when you can come across them by themselves if you need one.
Or you just see the thermoses and no lunchbox.
There's some great autograph collection here. You got Adam West, Yvonne Craig. I mean, everybody was there. You know, Frank Gorshin, Burgess Meredith. I mean, this is great. I don't know if they're legit. I mean, I don't know if there were COAs on any of this stuff, but
assuming they're real.
Yeah, assuming they're real.
They're
I mean,
awesome.
It's cool. Somebody had a really solid collection. I mean, to have met all of these people would be pretty incredible. I met a few of them, but not all of them. So that would be pretty cool.
Yes. This is kind of weird. This, I guess, is like a partner piece to Ouija, but it says adult party game. So
that's when things get really wild, right?
Yeah,
there.
that's when you contact some of them, like, them spirits from one of them other levels, you know? Got a little bit more to say, I guess. You gotta send the kids to bed.
Yeah, they're called pornogeists. That's what they're. That's what those are called there. So
gotta look out for those.
I love the Lost in Space robot. I've had that a couple of times. I don't know why I've never kept it, but I love it. Yes. I should keep the next one I get. And there was a Phantom Telco missing the mask, but still cool.
It is
tough one to see. You don't see the Phantom too often.
And this is a neat little pedal car. I don't know how much of it is original, but it's really cool to see. And it's got some cool graphics on it, too. I have never seen one like this before.
Yeah, those are neat. There's some vintage trains. We've had people ask about trains and stuff, so we try to showcase a little bit more of that stuff, too, for you guys.
Yes, but we apologize. We don't know trains, so if we keep showing you common stuff, please let us know, because we don't know one way or the other. That's cool.
That is way cool. I love that. NASA.
Some Ghostbusters. That's always cool to see, too.
So it's snowing. We're still here in Andover. Gray Barn Antiques. This is the second stop. So let's see what we can find.
Some creepy clowns.
Now, Andover had a few different shops to explore. This one was pretty cool because they had lots of vintage World's Fair stuff, which I hadn't seen the majority of this stuff before ever. So it was cool to see that they made so much memorabilia for the World's Fair.
That's cute, that nightlight. It's a World's Fair nightlight.
Yeah.
I didn't even know they existed.
Great stuff. I mean, I like when you see different things. And, of course, there's your girlfriend.
Jennifer Tilly. I love her. It's cool to see her there.
That's your crush right there.
I like her.
Yes, you do. And, yeah, like lots of really cool stuff. And, I mean, there was even more on the other side was a bunch more World's Fair stuff.
Yeah.
Which was just neat. I like seeing it because it was different.
Yeah, it is really cool. I mean, I've seen the cups a bunch of times, but I've never seen any of this other merchandise.
I know when my dad was a kid, he went to the World's Fair. So
That's
he
really
might
cool.
have been at one of those.
Wow.
One of those 60s
When did they stop
ones.
doing those?
I don't know. But I know he went to one. There's the Three Stooges.
Nice.
Those are great.
Snackula is not having any part of this, but as usual, she is a baby.
There's Lost in Space, Viewmasters.
And this place was cool. They had a little retro candy shop over here. And there was a lot of little snacks in there that were pretty cool. So if you like retro candy, this is a good spot to stop at.
I think all antique stores should have a retro candy setup. I just think it's, or, you know, a little bit of candy, a little bit of soda, a little bit of the retro snacks. I just think it's a really smart move on their part because people are feeling nostalgic when they're in these places.
Yeah, definitely.
So.
And you're dead.
There he is in powder flavor.
And then Snackula was in sensory overload in here.
Yeah.
She smelled all the candy that she can't have.
She wanted it.
Yeah, she definitely wanted all of this candy.
All right, so now we've made our way to Lafayette, New Jersey to check out a couple of these shops over here in the downtown area. It's actually pretty interesting. They're all kind of clumped together. Here's one here, and this is like a bigger one, and then down here there's a couple. No, there's at least two others that I've seen. There's one down there in the back, Carriage House Antiques, and there's actually one more I think over here on the street. So that's pretty cool. Never been here before, so let's check it out. Right, Snackula?
Let's go.
Let's go. Now, here we are at the Lafayette Antique Center, and this was one that we just found on accident. We were going to Andover, and we just started driving around afterwards, came across this shop, and both of us were just completely blown away by the museum-level quality of the stuff inside this shop. It was like looking at museum artifacts from all eras and all kinds of stuff, whether you're into vintage Christmas, vintage Halloween, early advertising, whatever it was, this place had it, and they had it in bulk and just quality and things you just don't see anywhere. This store just blew us both away and by far had the best selection of stuff I've ever seen in an antique store.
Yeah, as far as vintage stuff goes, this store just was absolutely out of this world. We saw things here that we didn't even know existed, and for us at this point in the game to see that much stuff that we didn't know about is pretty impressive.
And when you first walk in the door, it's like it's your typical antique shop, but when you walk upstairs, it's like literally Back to the Future. You just went back in time and just seen unbelievable stuff. And as you can see by just what you're watching here on the screen, this is just a small selection of the stuff in here. And you just don't see this kind of stuff very often. So it was great to see. And I don't discuss prices on here. You guys can see the prices, and I leave the discussion of prices to you guys in the comments. But you know, as my family members once said, good stuff isn't cheap, and cheap stuff isn't good.
That's true. That's a very good mantra.
So if you want the quality, this is the place to go. So great stuff in here, though. I love looking at all these different things. I have a few of these pieces, but some stuff I've only seen in books. And that's what was really impressive. And a lot of the Santas that were in here were German Santas, which predate the stuff I collect. I'm really into the Japanese era of Santa stuff. But this stuff went back even way earlier than that. And I don't know anything about it, but I loved seeing it. And all the great variety of early advertising. This place had everything that I just love, from tin toys to Christmas stuff to Halloween stuff to ice cream stuff. I mean, just it was everything. And I mean, what you're looking at here, if you collect these things, you know how rare this stuff is. And price-wise, some of these things were a couple $100. Some of these things were $5,000-$6,000. So it was very impressive to see this kind of stuff, and I wasn't expecting it. And it's great to see. I mean, these are incredible. Look at the detail on these, just beautiful.
Yeah, they're amazing. I can see why people get so obsessed with collecting these and have no problem paying the prices, because they are really cool and you just don't see them.
Yeah, they have a lot of personality, too. It's like the further back you go, I mean, a lot of times people will call them scary Santas. I see that a lot. Like, a lot of times they'll say that about the Rushton plush dolls, like, it's scary Santas and scary stuff. And I mean, some of these, the German ones, it's, it's something about them. Like you think at any point these things could come to life.
Yeah, the German Santas were a lot more realistic.
Yeah.
I mean, if there was a guy dressed up, in a red jacket like this with a long white beard, trudging through the cold hills of Germany, he's probably gonna look like this.
Yeah. And that one already sold, $450. So
I know.
you can see the collectors are there. And now this isn't something I'm gonna personally get into, but I can respect anybody who decided to collect that stuff. And this is great. Atomic era advertisements for milk.
Yeah.
Does a body good.
Yeah, we definitely grew up in the era of a lot of milk advertising,
Yeah.
all the got milk ads. But then I think our entire generation just turned out to be lactose intolerant anyway. So, I don't know where they were going with all that.
That's great. Capital Club.
That is cool.
It's amazing to me, like how amazed I can be with looking at advertisement for salt. Just
Well,
be
they
like-
had great graphics
I
and
know.
mascots. It was a lot different back then.
One thing I will say about this shop too that I hadn't seen before is you see a lot of the Halloween Rosbro stuff and the different plastic toys and the Christmas ones, but I had never seen the leprechauns before. I didn't even know that they made leprechauns. I thought that was amazing to see those, and you barely see any of the St. Patrick's stuff or the Easter stuff you see once in a while or 4th of July, but I'd never seen the leprechauns, so I was impressed.
Did you ask him where his pot of gold was?
Yeah, no, I'm
His
asking.
Rosbro pot of gold?
I'm gonna ask you where your pot of gold is.
It's a short joke.
I love that die cut pumpkin head right there.
That's cute.
I think he's great, and that's so early and so cool. I got that little princess one right there.
A princess
crown.
pumpkin.
That's you.
I like it.
And the candy containers, those are great. That's what's behind that witch candle. And so yeah, I mean, just this stuff is great. It displays great. It looks great. Just the way this stuff is all set up in here is just beautiful. It's just awesome.
Yeah, and even, I mean, we see noisemakers a lot, but we don't see the sparkers, and some of these noisemakers that are in here we've never seen before.
I love that skull back there. I've got that one.
That's great.
I love that piece. That clown is super rare right there.
Yeah, the Rosbro stuff, I mean, you have the witch, the cat, and the pumpkin there, which is pretty common, but even that color scheme isn't as common as the other ones that are like, same shape. But, yeah, like you said, that clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I know is rare, so that's
Really.
cool to see.
And this shop, it just went on and on too. Like every case up here just had incredible stuff. There's some.
I didn't know there's so many chickens.
I know. It was incredible. Look at this old early metal shopping cart.
That's pretty cool, actually. When you were a kid and you go to the store with your parents, did you have those little kid shopping carts?
I didn't have one. I remember them. I used to just sit in the front of the shopping cart and beg my father for Count Chocula.
I think I used to just clip my mom in the back of her heels with the little kid one until she yelled at me and we had to abandon it.
That's a great pennant right there.
Yeah.
$495. I mean, could be spot on. I don't know. A lot of this stuff is the early stuff, and I'm not as familiar with that stuff. I tend to love the mid-century Japanese era stuff. So
What's the cutest?
yeah, I think so.
Definitely.
But I love seeing these things. Like I
Yeah.
thought this was great. The early advertising like that, the two girls, I thought was great. It's just awesome. I mean, that's great. Lion Coffee.
That is great.
I think it's too is like when you look at this stuff like these guys look like Santa. That's like the Coca-Cola era Santas.
Yeah.
What you expect. But the German ones are like Varg.
They do have a bit of a Varg thing going
look
on.
more
A lot
like
of
Varg
them.
than they do Santa.
Varg, is that you? Then you got this artificial snow, which may or may not be asbestos.
Yeah, I know.
Just don't open it.
Yeah, that's crazy too. I don't know. 1920s,
Oh, that's probably
It could be.
asbestos.
I wouldn't mess with that.
Your
Great
20s
box
has
art.
got to be.
Great box art though.
Yes. It's a great addition to your collection as long as you don't open it.
See, now I wonder if Santa would have taken off as much as he did if he still looked like that. If they just kept him looking like the I guess the hermit looking guy, you know.
I think, I mean, there's a lot of kids where, certain mall Santas were a little on the scary side. So I think that some kids just naturally had a little bit of a fear of Santa. So I don't think this imagery would have helped later generations. So it's probably a good thing that they went kind of more what we know as like the Americanized Santa nowadays.
See, now, like that Santa you just saw, he was just holding two little kids in his hands, you know, like I almost wonder if this is like some grim fairy tales type of stuff, you know, like why was that Santa holding two little kids in his hand, you know?
Well, he didn't used to need Krampus, I guess. He just took care of stuff himself.
A lot of these guys,
Fart.
they looked alive, you know. You stare at them long enough and you're like, I don't know, these could be haunted. Half the stuff in this place could be haunted.
Oh, for sure. There's definitely a lot of haunted antiques, and I just don't want to take them home to find out if they are or not. I'll just look at them and admire them.
Oh, I mean, they're great to see, but I don't think I could afford most of that stuff. All of that stuff that you were just looking at was all thousands of dollars.
Yeah, imagine spending like $6,000 and now you're haunted.
That would be my luck.
Like, so now I'm down $6,000 and I have a poltergeist.
Yep, I could see that happening.
Great, because now I gotta pay like an exorcist or whatever to come over, and it's a whole big thing.
This was early stuff. You see that Mickey Mouse on the rocket there? That was like
That was cool.
1930s, I think, that piece was.
Wow.
Really cool early Disney stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I mean, pretty much every booth up here was just filled with things you just don't normally see.
Buster Brown advertisement.
Some early Barbies. We tried to show you guys a good overview of the upstairs, too, rather than just the stuff that we just love. I wanted you guys to see the variety of things. Of course, we show the classic Christmas, the classic Halloween, the monsters, ice cream, you know, that type of stuff. But I wanted you guys to get a good overview of all the different stuff that was up here, because it really is impressive, and it's definitely worth coming to check out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. A 50s Yankees uniform.
Yeah, so much great early pop culture stuff, too. Little Lone Ranger mask. I could picture my dad wearing that.
Oh, definitely.
He probably had that. Knowing him, he probably had that.
For sure.
I can see him wearing that.
Little toy guns.
Yeah, great variety of stuff.
This is just like just looking at it from a little bit further back, so you can just really take in just how much stuff is actually in here.
I know there's a lot of people who collect, you know, oil cans and different...
packaging.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I love, too. I like that stuff a lot, too.
Yeah.
It's great to see early.
So for a sixer of root beer. Would have been all about that.
6 of them for $0.25.
That's
How
that's
amazing.
an amazing deal. Now they're like $4 a bottle.
It's a great price.
Yes. That is a great price. It would have been a direct deal.
Yeah.
If they were fresh.
Isn't that great? Look at that. Sportswear and toy store.
That's cool. Imagine the stuff that would have been gone through that place.
Sure. So much great stuff. But like I said, I wanted you guys to get a good overview of this shop and see all the different variety of things that were in here, because it really is impressive. And so if you're a collector, you know, I can honestly say this is a shop you want to visit.
Oh, definitely. And you might even pick up a new hobby, a new thing that you want to collect, because there's just so much stuff here that's just mind-blowing.
Some of the earlier stuff, too, like there was that one thing we just passed by where the eyes were like popping out. Some of these things are pretty creepy.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? Some
Definitely.
Definitely creepy toys.
Like, even if they're not haunted, they're still really scary. Like, I wouldn't want to sleep in a room with them, kind of thing.
I love that. The sunshine biscuits.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. You've slept in plenty of haunted places. There's some more of those German Santas. And see, then there's the Coca-Cola era Santa, who, you know,
Or like that kind of like Norman Rockwell style painted Santa.
Yeah. This is always cool.
Yeah.
Early Red Sox stuff. Early sports stuff. There was a lot of that in here.
I remember those little Are those baseball pens? Or just saying the mini bats?
Not sure.
So I remember like the little baseball pens. I always thought they were cute.
Well, your grandpop was into sports and stuff too. Like
Yeah.
You learned a lot of sports stuff from him, so you probably would have had that stuff around.
Probably. He was very much, he didn't collect a lot of stuff, but he loved 50s culture. He loved sports. He would take me along to a lot of the games, and I just kind of sat there like bored out of my mind, like, can I get nachos? And Meanwhile, everybody
So
else in the family.
things have never changed.
No, that hasn't changed.
I don't know what this is right here, that George Washington cut plug. I'm not sure what that was.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up.
Look it up.
If you guys know, you can let us know.
I mean, after seeing Ben Franklin's button, I don't know, maybe that's George Washington's wig in that container or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if that was in here.
That's true. I mean, this is the one store that you could find just about anything.
It kind of amazes me that all of this stuff survived, though.
Yeah.
You know, you look at these things and you just think, like, this stuff's been around so long. Like, how has it survived? That's great.
That is cute.
That is a great doll. That Phillips 66 doll. That is just awesome.
Yeah, that's adorable.
I would buy that.
That's cool. The Milky Way.
I think I'm going to go back and buy that. I love that doll.
The little doll.
I think he's great.
He is cute.
I think he's so great. I love those, they did the giants, you know, the giant statues. And there's a great channel, YouTube channel called American Giants that I love. And he found recently a Phillips 66 giant statue. And if you get a chance, if you love that stuff, I would definitely recommend checking that channel out. It's called American Giants. It's awesome. Super entertaining, super interesting. Love it.
That is really cool. There's a little Santa next to a chimney.
See, now we're getting into the stuff that I collect here. These are the things I love. The tin stuff and the Japanese manufactured, everything from the ornaments to the plastic stuff and all the cool things. I was overwhelmed at this stand here. There was just such a variety of cool things. There's a Marx, sealed Marx Santas in the top. Well, yeah, I'm pointing at it.
You amazed yourself twice at these.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so many cool Santas in here. This was overload for me. I wanted all of this.
All the Santas.
I wanted this whole case. I have a few of these pieces, but I swear everything that was in here that I didn't have, I wanted all of this.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little tree spinner, and you got some of the cool little pins up front.
I used to have that on the right.
Yeah, the little Santa.
That his nose lights up red. I used
That's
to have
cute.
that. Took a battery.
Aww. I know sometimes you don't remember those little tiny no-name brand things from your childhood until you see them in person.
Yeah, I live for those moments where you remember that stuff. See, I got to go back here though, because there was some pieces here just in looking at, like that snowman right there.
I know. I love those two snowmen next to each other. The red scarf and the blue scarf.
I like that guy right there.
Yeah, the one smirking in the back.
The smirking one, I think, is fantastic.
Yeah, he's adorable.
I love him.
Yeah, he's so cute.
I know. There's some great ones here.
I know. And those are the ones you normally turn away where it says, made in Japan on the bottom on them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, I know. And that's why I want it. I knew that most of the Japanese stuff just gets us every time.
This was pretty cool. Star Seeker.
That is cool. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Yeah, the box is tough on that.
I would
Tough
imagine.
Box. So much cool stuff.
Yeah.
As you can see, so.
A lot of Disney stuff, but not your typical Disney stuff, which is cool.
Yeah. And that's why I wanted to show, I've said it a couple of times, but I just wanted to show the variety of stuff in here. So no matter what you collect, like I said, this is a good shop. This is a great shop. It's a museum.
There's your leprechaun that you had mentioned.
Yeah, there he is. And there's some of the Valentine's ones. Again, you just don't see those as much. You see the Halloweens and the Christmas, but you just don't see the leprechauns very often. And
Not
they're
often
cool.
enough.
That's an early Santa Pez.
That's really cool.
Yeah, that's great. That is great.
And a lot of, a huge collection of stuffed animals in here. And a lot of them have, their little, their little hang tags on their chest. And it's a really impressive selection of those.
Yeah, I mean, as you can see, this is covering all the bases. If you're into die cast, if you're into tin, if you're into... it just covers all bases. It's awesome. It's just awesome. This store is awesome.
Yeah, and it's set up so well. Like you said earlier, it's like a museum, and it really is. The stuff is just so perfectly curated and so much fun to look at.
There's a little, I think it's an AHI spider car. It's pretty neat.
Some more Santas and Christmas stuff. There's some really cute snowmen down in here.
Oh, I like
too.
him, actually.
Yeah.
I like that one. I gotta go back.
I know. I think we gotta go back and spend some more money.
I Gotta go back here.
Let's put a little nest egg together and go here and just clean up. Gonna take out a loan because we have to go back to Lafayette. But yeah, there's just such fun stuff in here, and you feel like a kid again looking through all of it. And here we go. This is a huge collection of Rosbro Santas. I love the little one on the bike. He's so cute.
I know. Look at the amount here.
I know.
This is just awesome.
I've never seen the one on the wheels there with the stocking. He's cool. But then this one.
Yeah, I love
that
one.
was very close to being a drag deal. The Hot Rod Santa.
Yeah, I love that one.
That is
Usually
awesome.
the headlights are missing on those, and that one had both headlights. Look at this creepy snowman in the back. Some of these are creepy.
Yeah, he's seen things.
Some of them are creepy.
He's in witness protection.
A lot of amazing ones, but definitely some creepy ones. And again, a lot of the stuff I'm looking at, I wasn't familiar with too. So that's why I'm showcasing everything here.
And just taking it all in. These are cool. The Beanie and Cecil stuff.
Yeah, you just don't see that stuff either. Beanie and Cecil.
And cool little bags.
Now, I don't know how strong the collector market is for some of that stuff. Like, I see there's a lot of Howdy Doody in there, and I know Howdy Doody isn't as collected as he was. But I know that, like, Croft is still pretty strong. The value of the Croft stuff. But I don't know about Beanie and Cecil. If you collect Beanie and Cecil stuff, let me know in the comment box, because I'm always curious to see what you guys collect. There was a Porky's box I'd never seen before.
Oh, yeah, that lunchbox.
Yeah, dome-shaped. It's one I've never seen. I love that candy container Santa right there.
Yeah, that's a cool one.
Oh, there's so much great stuff here. Just looking at this now, I'm like, oh.
Wishing you
I
had
love
bought
him.
more.
The second one over. He's
cute.
great. He's great. The little dog-looking one. He's cool. Some of this early tin stuff. I love the tin stuff, too.
Yeah, some really cool tin stuff
love
in this little case.
And a lot of it had its box, original boxes and stuff, too, which was great.
You got the monkey. He's cool.
So much
Dad,
neat
he's
stuff.
over there.
There he was, yeah.
That's a cool little display.
Look at this stuff. It's amazing.
And there's some puppers in here. Some turkeys. And that puppet made me crack up. Was very amused by that. There's a King Santa.
Yeah, in the box. That's a nightlight. Actually,
Yeah.
that piece is a nightlight, and
That's cute.
Tough to find his box. You find him, he's not super rare, but the box is tough.
Yeah.
It's always the box. Same thing with this drummer Santa right there. That it's always the boxes that are tough to find, because that's, I guess, the first thing to go.
And that one was actually had a music box in it, right?
Yeah, which I hadn't seen before. That one actually played a song. Normally they don't. So he was pretty cool.
That was cool.
Really good condition too.
Yeah. Some more tin stuff.
I know, just.
I like that black cat. I don't know
And
what
this is
that is.
all upstairs now in this shop. This is, all of this stuff is upstairs. Just incredible.
Another candy Santa. I wonder how long that's been in there.
A long time. That candy is, and just the fact that the candy's still in there is crazy.
Yeah. Definitely don't eat that.
No. Beaver's Big Book. There's a joke in there somewhere.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Oh my God.
What? Welcome back.